a true champion of Azadi, widely known as Jan Nayak, story of a Bharat Ratna, a legacy relevant in 2025. As PM Modi invokes Bihar icon's legacy, this is the story of Jan Nayak Karpoori Thakur.
Hello, I'm Bharat Pratap Singh. You're watching Explained on NewsX. Today we will discuss the life and legacy of Bihar's former Chief Minister Karpoori Thakur. On your screens, you can see the house of Karpoori Thakur, the former CM of Bihar. This is how his house looked when he died in 1988. A major, popular and powerful socialist leader of Bihar lived and died in a humble, barely holding up home in Pithonjia of Samastipur. So significant that the village was later named as Karpoori Gram. So was his simplicity and so was his commitment to the socialist ideology, that once as the Chief Minister in 1977, when he had just taken over as CM of Bihar, he attended another leader's birthday party. When Chandrasekhar, president of the Janata Party, told people to donate some money so that Karpoori ji could purchase a new kurta. But Karpoori ji was Karpoori ji. He accepted the money but donated it to the CM's relief fund. It's not in vain that he has been given the title of Jan Nayak, the people's hero. His journey wasn't from privilege to power, but from profound struggle to a relentless fight for dignity in Bihar. Karpoori Thakur was born on the 24th of January 1924 in a village of Samastipur in Bihar to Gokul Thakur and Ramdulari Devi. Karpoori Thakur served as the 11th Chief Minister of Bihar, first from December 1970 to June 1971, and then from June 1977 to April 1979. His life story is a searing example of perseverance against deep-rooted social injustice. Born into the Nai or the Barber caste, an extremely backward class EBC in Bihar, his brilliance was initially overshadowed by his social status. A watershed moment from his youth illustrates this stark reality. After securing first division in his matriculation exam, a significant achievement at the time, his father's financial support for Karpoori's education from a local upper caste leader. Instead of praise, the leader callously ordered the young scholar to massage his feet. This was a humiliating reminder that for people from his community, a lifetime of service was expected, not a position of honor. This indignity fueled a fierce commitment to dismantling the caste hierarchy. Ignoring the path of subservience, Thakur threw himself into the freedom struggle and socialist politics. From this incident to ultimately rising to become the Chief Minister of Bihar, to being honored with the highest civilian award, the Bharat Ratna, in 2024. Karpoori Thakur rose not through inherited wealth or dynastic power, but through sheer will and an unwavering connection to the common man. He understood the suffering because he lived it, and he articulated it with searing honesty. He once described the plight of the Harijans, Adivasis and the economically backward with an unforgettable metaphor. Let's listen in.
जहाँ तक हरिजनों, आदिवासियों और कमजोर वर्गों पर आफत की बात है, कुछ पूछिए मत। जैसे 32 दांतों के बीच बेचारी जीव रहती है, वैसे ही वे लोग इस राज में रह रहे हैं।
The first sprout of activism was born in him when he joined the All India Students' Federation. As a student activist, he left his graduate college to join the Quit India movement. For his participation in the Indian independence movement, he spent 26 months in prison. After India gained independence and he returned from jail, Karpoori didn't seek a cushy job. Instead, he taught in his village school, a symbolic choice because he believed that education was the gateway for the poor. He had become a member of the socialist movement, and in 1952 he entered the Bihar Legislative Assembly from the Tajpur constituency under the banner of the Socialist Party. He was arrested for leading post and telegraph employees during the general strike of the central government employees in 1960. In 1970, he undertook a fast unto death for 28 days to promote the cause of telco labourers. He served as Deputy CM of Bihar from 5th of March 1967 to 31st of January 1968 under the Chief Ministership of Mahamaya Prasad Sinha. He was also Education Minister of Bihar during that period. An important decision was removing English as a compulsory subject for matriculation examinations. It's important to understand that Karpoori Thakur was not against English, he was advocating for Hindi. He was the first CM in India to set a precedent by speaking in Hindi at a National Development Council meeting. His commitment to Hindi was evident in his speeches, which were not only erudite and eloquent, but also reflected his deep understanding of the language. The book highlights these facts. By December 1970, Karpoori made a leap. He became Bihar's CM, the first non-Congress socialist to do so. But his first term was short. In June 1971, he stepped aside. During the time, he enforced total prohibition of alcohol in Bihar, which was later adopted by the Nitish Kumar government. However, the real turning point came after the emergency. The people of India were restless. The national mood had shifted. In the 1977 Bihar Legislative Assembly election, his party, the Janata Party, swept to victory. He secured the leadership of the Legislative Party by defeating more established rivals. On 24 June 1977, Karpoori Thakur assumed office again as Chief Minister of Bihar. The corridors of power in Patna watched as he, the teacher turned freedom fighter, stood at the helm. Perhaps his most enduring legacy was his bold social policy. In 1978, he introduced a layered reservation for backward castes in government jobs. 12% for OBCs, 8% for the most backward classes, 3% for women, 3% for economically backward upper castes. This was the quota within quota policy of Thakur that made waves in Bihar. Karpoori Thakur's real legacy lies in how he shifted the balance of social power in Bihar. For historically marginalized castes and communities, he became a symbol of hope. Scholars credit his era as giving confidence to the most backward classes, Dalits and upper OBCs, to claim their rights. The internal tensions in the Janata Party caused it to split into multiple factions, which led to the Congress returning to power in 1980. However, he could not last his full term because he lost the leadership battle in 1979 from Ram Sundar Das, whom his adversaries placed against him, and was replaced as CM. He continued his exhausting schedule of public life, travelling tirelessly across the state. His simple, frugal lifestyle, the very antithesis of political excess, deepening his Jan Nayak status until he passed away suddenly in February 1988, having only a meagre sum in his bank account. Still a sitting MLA and the uncompromising conscience of Bihar politics. In 2024, he was awarded the highest civilian award, the Bharat Ratna, which was received by his son. A commemorative coin of denomination 100 rupees was also launched. A commemorative postage stamp was released by the Department of India Post to mark his 100th birth anniversary in 2024. Karpoori Thakur and his People First policy is important more than ever. This could be seen in the recent Bihar rally of PM Modi. PM Modi's visit to Karpoori Gram, the ancestral village of Karpoori Thakur in Samastipur, marked a significant political gesture aimed at embracing the socialist icon's enduring legacy in Bihar. Modi paid a tribute to the former CM, whom the NDA government posthumously awarded the Bharat Ratna, emphasizing that Thakur was his inspiration in prioritizing the poor and marginalized. The strategic move was a direct appeal to Bihar's crucial, extremely backward classes, the community Thakur champions through his landmark reservation policies. By invoking the Jan Nayak and linking his commitment to social justice with the NDA's development agenda, Modi sought to establish the alliance as the true heir to Thakur's vision, contrasting it with Jungle Raj era associated with rival factions, and urged the electorate to support the NDA for continued good governance and empowerment of the backward classes. The tongue between 32 teeth may still face immense pressure in our society, but the voice of Karpoori Thakur, the Jan Nayak, continues to echo. A reminder that true leadership isn't about the power you accumulate, but the people you uplift. It's about living the truth you preach, even if it means wearing a patched kurta and dying in a simple home, having dedicated every breath to the voiceless. His life reminds us that a single honest voice, however humble its origins, can indeed move mountains.
A true champion of Azadi, widely known as Jan Nayak. Story of a Bharat Ratna, a legacy relevant in 2025. As PM Modi invokes Bihar icon's legacy, this is the story of Jan Nayak Karpoori Thakur.